Hello, grade ones. I'm just trying to get this to line up right. Crazy. Okay, what we're starting on today is a different kind of writing activity that we're going to start doing every day and even on Fridays. So each month I'm going to have themed writing prompts for you, and you're going to pick one to do every day. So you can either print off this booklet if you have a printer. But if you don't have a printer, you can just open it on your computer and look at it and see what the prompt is for the day. And the nice thing about these pages is they have some words for you to use if you don't know how to spell them. And it reminds you of some things to include in your writing at the bottom. So we're going to do this one together. If you don't want to do them in the order that they are in the book, that's okay. There's maybe even more in the book than you'll get to, but that just lets you have a bit of choice in what you want to write about. So I'm not really looking for anything specific in your writing of what you're telling me about, but there's a bit of a prompt at the beginning for you to trace and to remind you to have very neat printing. So let's do this page together. So at the top, you're going to write your name, nice and neat. So I'm going to write Mrs. Powell because there's not enough room for my whole name. And the date I'm writing this one. Today's date is November 2nd. So I'm going to write November 2. And I'm writing it the short way just because the line's not very long. Okay, so before we ever do the picture, we're always starting with the writing. So the prompt says, I am thankful for, and you might need a grown-up to help you read this on the days you're doing your writing, but you're going to trace that part, and then you're going to pick some words from the word list that might help you. So family, you're thankful for family, pets, friends, house, clothes, food. That helps you spell them. So these are words you should not be spelling wrong in your writing because they're right here for you. So let's do this together. I am thankful for my, I know how to spell that because it's a sight word, family. I'm going to copy from over there so I get the spelling right. And I know how to spell that one because I practiced it lots when it was a sight word. And my pet dog. I'm going to notice I'm leaving nice finger spaces between my words so you can see. So I'm going to leave a finger space. I'm going to try to sound out dog. G. My pet dog, Harvey. Now, I'm putting a period at the end because this was a sentence. So this isn't something we've talked about a lot yet this year. But when we're telling one thing and it makes sense, we call that a sentence. And you'll see that lots in the books you read, that they put the period at the end. So that means that that's a complete sentence. Now, this is a little bit tricky for some of us because we're just starting writing, and I'm mostly worried about you trying to sound out words. But if you're looking for a little bit of extra things to work on, then you can use some of these things at the bottom, the writing checklist. So I'm going to check. I used capital letters, so I knew that I needed to be a capital, and I knew my dog's name, Harvey, needed to be capitalized. So, yep, I used capital letters. But another thing to remember is that you didn't put them anywhere else. We don't want to see capital A's in the middle of words or anywhere else. We just want them on names and at the beginning of the sentence. So be careful to watch out for that and mostly be using lowercase letters. Punctuation is that period mark at the end, so I did that too. But remember, if you're just having a tricky time sounding out letters, don't worry about the checklist at the bottom. That's just if you're wanting some extra things to work on. We haven't talked about it very much in grade 1. Right now, we're just working on sounding out and writing neatly. I used spaces between my words. I printed as neatly as I could. I stretched out the words to sound out dog. The other words I knew how to spell from the word list and from my sight words. And then I'm going to reread it to make sure it makes sense. I am thankful for my family and my pet dog, Harvey. Makes sense to me. And then I can draw my picture. So I'm going to draw a nice picture of me. I like drawing stick people. It's a little bit easier for me, but if you can do more, then that's great. Myself, Mr. Paonessa. He doesn't really have any hair, but he kind of has a beard. And Harvey. Your Get Outside Challenge today. We are on day. And you could draw more things like your house, telling about, because I'm also thankful for my house, but maybe you didn't want to write about so many things, but you could still be thankful for them. Some bushes by my house. I have steps at the front. Sidewalk. So that's what you're going to work on each day, and each day you get to pick a different one. And I'm not looking for something specific, but there'll be a starting prompt for you, and you just need to finish the sentence to make it make sense. So you can watch to put a period at the end and do all the check marks, but if that's too tricky, just do your best with the sounding out and writing a little bit to get practicing. Okay, I can't wait to see what you're working on as we go.